all the power lines, and it's amazing what they do, and we wouldn't know what to do without them either. So. Pricing, she asked on pricing on the vegetables, how that determined. It's supply and demand, just like anything else. But the industry has moved to a lot of contract type pricing, where they contract for a year out, and that's set at usually not at a very necessarily advantageous return, but that's what, you know, the Walmarts and all of the big stores, they want to get their supply set at a certain price and go from there. They still raise the price, even though, you know, they bought it at this price, when they know when the price goes up and goes down. So it leaves, we probably in our operation, I'm gonna say 65 to 65 maybe, depending on different one of the crops. 65% of it is contracted, maybe more of it. Most of the, like the baby mix stuff that you see that's all in the bag, most of that's all contract type stuff. And in some companies we take a percentage of that ownership, in some companies we don't. But it's still supply and demand that really, if it's real, like we would like to say right now, because the markets since we started harvesting the first week of November have been very poor. And about the only thing, we've had really excellent growing weather, so all the crops look real good, and that's usually when your prices to us are the worst, is when everything's good. And so, but it's nice to, like last year, November and December, to give you an idea, was probably we sold everything for those 2 months at the cost of packing or under packing, so there was no return to the farm. But then it was just like first of the year with the cold weather and different issues, mildew and stuff. January, February, and March were some of the best months we've ever had, and so when you take the whole year as an average, we did very well last year. And so now we're kind of in that same boat, but January it didn't turn around, so we're still in the kind of bad market situation right now, especially with the East Coast being froze. We can't get trucks back there, and so it just ties everything up. And you see these big storage, if you go by the coolers, these are big cold rooms, they only still can hold so much, and so we fill them up and then we got to get rid of it. And so, and it seems that in most cases we just keep cutting. You know, you can say, well, why don't we quit cutting or quit harvesting, and it's just not something we do. We keep doing it every day. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's the procedure for controlling weeds?
For weeds? Well, usually it's an interesting thing with lettuce and your leafy products. We're still dealing with 2 to 3 products that go back 30 plus years. They've not developed any newer products. Like we have a bayland, curb, one of them's kind of a grass, one's a broadleaf, and we can use some grass killers over the top, but most of that's just done with pre-plant herbicide. And as you know, in the organic side of it, it's just all hand labor. And so the only thing that's nice about organic growing here in Yuma, it's warm enough during the summertime. We do what we call solarizing, that we will cover the beds with plastic, and it heats that soil to, I think it's 100 and I'm not sure about that, 150 degrees or so for 45 days, and it'll kill everything in there. And so that's kind of herbicide.